and welcome to Rathdown Roots with me, Dr. John Johnston, here on DLRCTV, the TV show where we help North Americans like myself find their Irish heritage here in the Dunleary-Rathdown area. Now today's show we have a very special guest. He's a good old friend of mine from back home, and you might not believe this, but this man is also called Dr. John Johnston. But believe me, that's where the similarities end. So let's see if we can find him and let's start the hunt. John? John! John!
Oh, hello, John.
Great to see you. Oh, you're looking so good. Oh, man. A long time. Welcome to Dunleary. Welcome to Rathdown Roots. And Betty, you're very welcome. Hello. How are you?
Good to see you. Mrs. for the world.
Good, good. Great to see you here. Okay, well, we found the guys. Welcome to Dunleary. Now, let's go find that heritage.
Okay.
Okay, John. Now, let's start at the start here. What do you know, or more importantly, what do you think you know about your Irish heritage? What have you got so far?
Okay, I went through my attic space and my sister's garage, and I found some old photos of the family. If you'd like to see it.
Let's have a look. Let's see what you got.
So
okay, who is this?
That is my great grandmother and my great uncle.
Okay.
And they are actually celebrating Halloween.
Okay.
Dressed as a totem pole.
They're dressed as a totem pole there. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
Incredible.
And this Caitlin and then Tommy, she went on to die, and he also went on and he also died.
That's often the case.
Also, John, you might find this quite interesting. I have a banshee in my family. That's her there. This is my great aunt Sheila.
This is this little girl here.
Yeah, and that stern lady beside her is the woman who abducted her, and that's the last we ever saw of her.
Okay.
And this is the twins.
Wonderful.
Looking good.
He since died, and these two people, he died and she died.
Well, it's a long time ago.
So,
then.
There's a lot of death in your family.
And this is an interesting one.
Oh yes. Now I was going to ask you about this one. That is an absolutely fantastic photograph. Who is this beautiful little girl?
That is a ghost that my family knew. She kind of hung around the house back here in Ireland for a while, and then she eventually moved on.
Because I have tracked down the house that your great-grandparents and indeed your grandparent, James here, lived in.
Oh, wow.
Around the time that he made that crossing. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go and see that house. What does that feel like?
That sounds incredible.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are inside the house. I have to say thank you, first of all, to the residents who have allowed us in to film and allowed John in to sort of experience what it must have been like for his great-grandfather, James Johnston, all those years ago. This was the house. This was where he lived. This was where he said goodbye to his parents and went off on a journey into the unknown. What do you think that must have felt like for him?
You know, just so sad.
Why don't we take a moment to just let that soak in and see what that must feel like. See if we can hear any of the echoes of the past, okay?
Sure.
Round 1. Fight!
We are now joined by our resident genealogist here on Rathdown Roots, Professor Quigley. Hello, Professor.
Hello, John.
Now, Professor, what have your investigations uncovered to reveal the genealogy of John Johnston here in the local area?
Well, I'm sorry to say that there's no record of any James Johnston in the area.
Any Johnsons?
No Johnsons. I'm sorry.
No Johnsons in the local vicinity.
In the entire area, there's no Johnsons. I wish.
Have you double checked that?
We've triple checked it,
And we have the correct name, don't we, of James Johnston?
Yeah. The James I'm assuming is right, but now that I think about it, their name was Wachowski. and they used Johnston as a stage name for a traveling magic show that they did. So, yeah, that could be a problem.
So, who are these people then?
Yeah, I know what might have happened here. My sister collects antique photos.
Well, that's all the time we have for here on Rathdown Roots this week. I'd like to thank my guests, Betty Johnson, and of course Professor Quigley. I've been your host, Dr. John Johnson, and I hope to see you next week when we'll be uncovering more here in the local area.
Are we still gonna go to the library?
No, John, we're not.